I don't know why we went there that night. Maybe it was boredom. Maybe it was just bad curiosity. But I'll never forget what we heard inside those walls. There's an old asylum on the edge of town. People call it the Forgotten Asylum because it's been abandoned for decades. The kind of place that even the police don't patrol anymore. The windows are shattered, the roof is sagging, and the walls are covered in vines and graffiti. But everyone says the worst thing about it isn't the way it looks. It's the things people hear. My friend Daniel was the one who brought it up first. He told us about the legend that the patients who died there never really left. Some people claimed they'd hear whispers if they stood inside long enough, voices that weren't theirs, repeating things no living person should know. It sounded ridiculous, but that's the kind of thing that makes you want to test it for yourself. So me, Daniel, and my cousin Reggie drove out one night. We got there just after midnight. The place looked worse up close. The gate was rusted shut, so we climbed over it. The grass was waist-high, crunching under our feet as we approached the entrance. The air felt colder the second we stepped onto the property. The front doors were half hanging off their hinges. We pushed them open and the sound echoed through the dark hallways. It smelled like mold and something rotten. We walked with just one flashlight, Daniel in front, me in the middle, Reggie behind us. Every step we took stirred up dust, and every few seconds, it felt like the building itself was breathing, creaking around us. Then, the whispers started. At first, I thought it was Daniel muttering, but when I asked what he said, he turned and gave me this blank look. I didn't say anything. Reggie swore he heard it too. A voice, soft, like someone standing right behind us. But when we turned, no one was there. The deeper we went, the louder the whispers grew. They weren't random either. They formed words, sentences. It sounded like a group of people, all speaking at once in hushed tones. One of the voices said my name, clear as day, stretched out in this horrible, breathless whisper. Michael. I froze. I never told anyone the asylum story scared me, so how the hell did they know my name? Daniel looked terrified, and Reggie's face went pale. He whispered, "It just said mine too." We started backing up, but the voices followed, getting louder, faster, some of them laughing, some of them crying. When we reached the main hall, the flashlight flickered and died. We were plunged into total darkness, and the whispers turned into screams, dozens of voices screaming in agony all around us. Then, there was silence, and in that silence we heard footsteps, slow, dragging footsteps coming down the hallway toward us. We didn't wait. We bolted for the exit, crashing through debris, stumbling over broken tiles. The front doors slammed shut by themselves before we could reach them. The sound was so loud it rattled the walls. Daniel screamed and threw his weight into the door. Somehow it gave way. We spilled out into the night air and didn't stop running until we reached the car. When we finally got inside and locked the doors, all of us were shaking. None of us spoke on the drive home. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. When I got home, I pulled out my phone to check the time and saw a new voice memo had been recorded. It was only 9 seconds long. I swear to you, it wasn't me who made it. When I pressed play, it was nothing but whispers, dozens of them, layered on top of each other. But right at the end, a single voice cut through them all, and it whispered, "We'll see you again." I deleted the file immediately, but sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet, I swear I can still hear them, whispering my name. It started small, faint whispers when I'd be lying in bed, half asleep. I'd tell myself it was just in my head, just leftover fear from that night. But then things started happening that I couldn't explain. Objects in my room would move slightly. My desk chair facing the wrong way in the morning. The closet door cracked open even though I know I closed it. One night, I woke up to the sound of scratching, like fingernails dragging across wood. I sat up and listened. It was coming from inside my closet. Slow, steady scratches. I forced myself to get up and open the door. But the second I touched the handle, the scratching stopped. When I swung it open, nothing was inside, just my clothes swaying slightly, like something had brushed past them. The worst moment happened about a week later. I was home alone, sitting in the living room scrolling my phone, when I heard someone whisper right behind me, close enough that I felt the breath on my ear. It said, "Why did you leave us?" I dropped my phone and jumped to my feet, spinning around. But no one was there. The whole room was empty.